with Summer Diddy. Why y'all not together no more? Because like he was, he was fucking up. He wasn't ready, and I was trying to be a woman and work through things, and he wasn't ready. So then I was like, "Fuck it." And
then Young Miami, who was popping all type of shit, you can't hear a motherfucking word out of her mouth now. Everybody's quiet now. Big Act still talking, they quiet as hell.
The city females are down 100, y'all, since rumors are circulating that Young Miami is bankrupt. Bro, when Diddy, her boo, finished her. Diddy has had a lot of difficulties in the last few months. Furthermore, it appears that Diddy is not the only one losing it over this. Because it appears that Miami, who is said to have lost everything, may crash down right next to them. And I do mean everything when I say that, including the reality TV project she was working on, her podcast, and her Carisha Please brand. She has been destroyed by being associated with Diddy, and it is to be expected that she is not managing it well. According to insiders, she has been experiencing emotional breakdowns due to the humiliation and is at a loss on how to handle it. But why did Diddy end their relationship? And are the disputes in the city truly a sign of Young Miami's demise?
Did y'all try and get Young Miami in trouble? Y'all ain't read the transcript. Y'all must want to get Young Miami in trouble. You know Diddy ain't playing that. You know he ain't playing that.
It appears that Diddy is still having a lot of problems. And by trouble, I really do mean a ton of trouble. More than we ever dreamed possible. I now know that, at least for the past month or so, he has not been sued or made public for supposedly essaying a woman. However, he is still dealing with a lot of fallout from 4 separate women who said he had essayed them. In a later statement, he addressed the problems and refuted all of the accusations, stating that enough was enough. I have been sitting quietly for the past few weeks, seeing attempts to discredit me, my legacy, and my character. I've been the target of persistent accusations from those hoping to make quick cash. To be crystal clear, I did not do any of the horrible things that are being said. I'm going to battle for the truth, my family, and my name. Even though everything calmed down after that, he was still quite hot behind the scenes. It has been requested that he leave Revolt. He was dropped by 18 brands. Due to the excessive danger involved, the majority of those in the industry have decided not to associate with him going forward, and he has been disinvited from the Grammys. He has therefore lost his money, his reputation, and his pride. However, it appears that he is not the only one in deep trouble. His little boo thing, or Shorty Wop as he liked to call her, has also lost a significant amount of money and is in financial ruin. And Young Miami is the one I'm referring to as his Shorty Wop, in case you didn't already know. In addition to Diddy, Miami also suffered greatly from this ugly Diddy affair because her life hasn't been easy. Fans accused her of aiding Diddy reportedly force other women into freak-offs in addition to voluntarily participating in his freak-offs, which led to her being dragged for dirt. Cassie described in great detail in her lawsuit how Diddy used to push her around to various men, including male escorts, whom he made her employ. She said that while he was watching it and enjoying it, he made her have sexual relations with male escorts from BBCs. She added that he would have her paint her nails white and smother her in baby oil because he liked the way it looked against the black male escort's skin. Because Miami always seemed to have on white nails when she was around Diddy, this led some fans to believe that Miami was engaging in freak-offs with Diddy. As I previously stated, anyone with white fingernails in Diddy's presence is a serious suspect. Then she raps, "White toe step up, Cartier buff, bees wanna smoke while I'm on a gibber puff," in a lyric from her song Survive. I'm a young Miamian who needs to add more cuff. Furthermore, it has been rumored that Diddy pays Miami $500,000 a month to be his sidekick. And we've always believed that paying a side piece with this much money is absurd. He never truly claimed her as his own, and the most he ever did was call her his shoddy wub, which we still don't fully understand. This is how we knew it wasn't love. Given that he wouldn't even claim her, why would he give her so much money? Even while it didn't make much sense at the time, it started to make a lot of sense after it was reported in the streets that the $500,000 monthly payment was made in exchange for claimed freak-offs. According to Cassie's description, the freak-offs were so severe that she would need 4 sustenance in the days that followed. You all understand how awful it had to be. For this, a $500,000 reward makes some sense. Hold on, I'm not suggesting that Miami was the improper place for the freak-offs because she has no business sharing what happens in her bedroom with Diddy. As long as there were no kids engaged and it was voluntary, you all already know that Miami is open-minded and that she enjoys having adventures in the bedroom. Thus, as long as consent is obtained, it shouldn't be a huge deal if she wanted to have freak-offs. However, it wasn't the main reason she was being dragged. Rather, it was because fans believed she was pressuring other women into freakouts with Diddy after saying certain things to Gina on social media. You all recall that awkward altercation she had on social media the previous year, right? It all began when Miami took offense at Gina posting a photo of Diddy pecking her on the face. She accused Gina of pursuing Klaus on Twitter, stating, "Someone please give this beef some attention." Gina responded by commenting, "If anyone's seeking attention, it's you," on her Instagram stories. "Forget my I don't care about an F," Miami then declared, attention, after alleging that Gina was attempting to use her for Klaus. "Let's be clear, B, I am the center of attention. Look at me, B, please take a seat. It's okay, we see you, calm down. You've been around for a long time. If he can't make you famous, B, you've been waiting for this moment. I'm not debating any B that lives on a billionaire and has cheap, linty carpet in their house, you strange B," Miami said. "Diddy would have had you on your knees, you eater, if I wanted you to eat my pee. Since I entered the picture, Gina, you have been really into it. You have cried for a child for a decade. You have existed as the bee that feeds on P and D whenever it pleases. You are a foodie. You are the same bee who cried over Tasha K because you desired a child. Sadly, sushi." Yes, Gina was clearly dragged for filth and began crashing with Diddy after this sounded like she was threatening her with a freak-off. To make matters worse, though, Gina once had a conversation with Tasha K about how Diddy had supposedly harmed her when they were dating.
Like the first 3.5 years the first 4 months he was really nice, but then after that he started being an asshole. So he was he was like always belittling me and always like he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
She further stated that he had her get rid of it once she became pregnant.
You mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, "You're gonna get an abortion, right?" And then I was like, "I don't know. I don't know yet." And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me.
After Diddy was asked to resign from his position as chairman of Revolt TV, which put Miami's revenue in jeopardy, things started to get much worse for her. You see, Miami only obtained the Carisha Please brand as a result of her relationship with Diddy, the brand's owner. She sold merchandise, established a podcast, and hit the streets. Even stated that she received 2 BET awards, which Diddy allegedly bought for her. Thus, the entire Carisha Please brand was destined for failure when Diddy left Revolt. She was also astute enough to recognize this, as evidenced by the fact that she announced the podcast suspension as soon as it was revealed Diddy was stepping down. In an attempt to get as much money as possible before being expelled, she also put all of the Carisha Please merchandise up for sale. It goes without saying that one of her main sources of revenue was lost with the demise of the Carisha Please brand because her music isn't doing so well. Not to be a downer, but the latest album by City Quarrels only managed to sell 10,000 copies in its first week of release. It goes without saying that their extravagant lifestyle is not supported by their music. Therefore, Miami had only Diddy as a source of money in the absence of Carisha Please. She certainly leads a luxury lifestyle, but she can't be living on $500,000 any longer, as rumors on the streets claim Diddy ditched her and won't be supporting her allowance as a sugar baby. A person close to Young Miami claims that Diddy is no longer covering Young Miami's expenses. According to our friend, Diddy has been funding opulent Miami condo rentals, shopping excursions, and private jets. Diddy has since reduced those costs. Diddy isn't as giving as he once was, but he still got Young Miami a Christmas present. It seems that Diddy has made it plain that he will no longer be covering her rent, bills, or lavishing her with cash, so it doesn't seem like a one-time occurrence, y'all. The insider stated that Diddy was amenable to continuing their friendship, stating that Diddy is not in a good place mentally either. Therefore, just because he dumped her does not imply that he doesn't want to be friends. Someone like Carisha is not truly needed in his life. She is genuinely concerned about him, not just his finances. Yes, the money matters, though. Therefore, if he wants her company, he has to pay again. It's likely that Diddy believed she had to ride or die, but she said, "Psycho Papa," and moved on. Since she is only interested in that shmoney. However, you're mistaken if you believe that things can't get worse, darling. Do you recall Miami's statement that she was developing a reality TV series? What kind of television program is reality? I'm not saying it's awful, mind you. All I'm saying is, it's not horrible. I'm not saying it's awful, mind you. All I'm saying is, it's not horrible. All I'm saying is, it's not horrible. It recalls Miami's announcement that a reality TV program was in development. What can we anticipate from you in 2019? You are aware that everyone watches your show, and your music is excellent. What's on your horizon? I have a reality program called City Girl Shopping coming out. Everything about my podcast, that reality TV program, which was taped before to Diddy's disgrace, was slated to premiere on BET. However, the network is now thinking about shelving the project since they can't take a chance on producing anything including Diddy. The only other choice, according to an insider, is to edit Diddy out of the entire season, which will require an excessive amount of effort and result in a large salary loss for Miami. Yes, Miami's only big source of income is her reality TV show, and it looks like she may lose it or have it drastically reduced. Even worse, according to a source, she never really saved any of the $500,000 she received from Diddy because the majority of it was used to support her city girl lifestyle and create the impression that she was far wealthier than she actually was. Now that she's too ashamed to acknowledge it. Sadly, fans don't seem to care much for her, and many seem to think that since she didn't cry when she was abusing people and leading a bad life when she was with him, she shouldn't meet her demise with the same fervor. Yes, she most certainly deserves all of the criticism she is currently receiving. In fact, she was relishing the opportunity to thrive on his evil. Attempting to cry wolf now? And for how long has she been receiving $500,000 a month from him? How does she have no money? She should have saved tens of millions of dollars for covering up his misdeeds. Although I know that living in Miami is difficult for you all right now, I must know how you feel about the circumstances. Do you have any sympathy for Miami, the young city girl? In the space provided below, please share your opinions. Next, young Miami, the city girl? Please share your opinions and comments here, and then what? After seeing this following video, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below.